Good morning everyone, this is Akash Kaushik. I am a last year student of Dronacharya group of institution and now today I am presenting my presentation on the topic of distributed system. Here is a few points, few topics we have covered in this presentation. First one is what is distributed system. Second one is examples of distributed system. Third one is common characteristics. Fourth one is basic design issues and the last one is the summary of this all the topics. So distributed system. A distributed system is one in which components located at networked computers communicate and coordinate their action only by passing messages. This definition leads to the following characteristics of distributed system. Concurrency of components, lack of a global clock, and the third one is independent failure of components. Here is a fun topic, centralized system characteristics. So these points of this topic, first one is one component with non-autonomous part. Second one is component shared by user all the time. Third one is all resources accessible. Fourth one is software run in a single process. Fifth one is single point of control. And the last one, single point of failure. So this is the distributed system characteristics. So we are talking first one is multiple autonomous component. Second one is components are not shared by all users. Third one is resources may not be accessible. Fourth one is software running concurrent processes on different processor. Fifth one is multiple point of control and the last one is again multiple points of failure. And this is the examples of distributed system. First one is local area network and intranet. Second one is database management system. We all know DBMS. Third one is automatic teller machine network. We also known as ATM machine. Fourth one is Internet World Wide Web. The last one mobile and ubiquitous compounding. Here is the diagram of local area network and this is the diagram of database management. This is the diagram of automatic teller machine network and this is the diagram of internet and this is the diagram of web and the last one web server and web mobile and ubiquitous compound. This is the common characteristics. What are we trying to achieve when we construct a distributed system? So certain common characteristics can be used to access distributed system. First one is heterogeneity. Second one is openness. Third one is security. Fourth one is scalability. Fifth one is failure handling. And sixth one is concurrency. And the last one, transparency. We all know these characteristics very well. First one is heterogeneity. Heterogeneity is variety and differences in networks, computer hardware, operating systems, programming languages, and the last implementation by different developers. Now, middleware as software layer to provide a programming abstraction as well as masking the heterogeneity of the underlying network, hardware, OS. OS means operating system and programming languages. Example Cobra, Python, etc. Second one is openness. Openness is concerned with extension and improvement of distributed system. Detailed interfaces of components need to be published. Third one is new components have to be integrated with existing components. And the last one, differences in data representation of interface types on different processors. of different vendors have to be resolved. Third one, security. In a distributed system, client send requests to access data managed by servers, resources in the network. Doctors requesting records from hospitals, user purchase product through electronic commerce. This is the examples. Security is required for counseling the contents of messages, security and privacy, identifying a remote user or other agent correctly. And the third, new challenges. Denial of server attack, security of mobile code. One is scalability. So if we are talking scalability, so adaptation of distributed system to accommodate more users. Second, respond faster, usually done by adding more and or faster processors. Components should not need to be changed when the scale of our system increase. The last one, always design components to be scalable. Fifth one, failure handling, fault tolerance. Hardware, software and network fail. In failure handling, we are talking how hardware and software, sometimes networks, fail. Distributed system must maintain availability even at low levels of hardware, software and network reliabilities. Fault tolerance is achieved by a recovery, redundancy, concurrency. Components in distributed system are executed in concurrent processes. Component access and update shared sources, variability examples, variables, database, device drivers. And the third one is integrity of the system may be violated if concurrent updates are not coordinated. There is a few points: lost updates and inconsistency analysis. Last one is transparency. So what is transparency and what are the types? What we do, distributed system should be perceived by users and application programmers as a whole rather than as a collection of cooperating components. Transparency has different aspects. These represent various properties that distributed system should have. Fourth one is basics design issues. So we are talking of basic design issues in distributed system. So general software engineering principles include rigor and formality, separation of concerns, modularity, abstraction, anticipation of changes. Second one is specific issues for distributed system. In distributed system, sometimes specific issues are faces in this distributed system. So first one is naming, communication, software structure, system architecture, workload allocation, consistency, maintenance. So then again we are talking the naming. A name is resolved when translated into an interpretable form of resource or form of object reference. So in this 2 points we are consider. First one is communication identifier, IP address plus port address. Second one is name resolution, involves several translation steps. The second, design consideration. In this design consideration, we are talking 2 points. First one is choice of name space for each resource type. Second one is name service to resolve resource names to common ID. And again, third one is name services include naming context, resolution, hierarchical structure, resource protection. Second one is communication. We all know the knowledge, we all know the examples, we all know the definition of examples of communication. And we all know the definition of communication. Separated components communicate with sending processes and receiving processes for data transfer and synchronization. And second one is messages passing, send and receive primitives. In this we talking 3 points, synchronous or blocking. Second one is asynchronous or non-blocking, and third one is abstraction defined, channel, sockets and port. Communication patterns, client server communication, example RPC, function shipping and group multicast. Software structure, layers in centralized computer system. Here are the layers in centralized computer system. Application, middleware, operating system and computer and network hardware. Second one is layers and dependencies in distributed system. Here the diagram of software structure. And so again the next topic, system architectures. In system architecture we are talking about client and server, P2P network, services provided by multiple servers, proxy servers and caches, mobile code and mobile agents, network computers, thin client and mobile devices. Client invoke individual servers. Here is the diagram of client invoke individual servers. How they work. P2P network system. How they work. Service by multiple servers. How to client sending a message server. How to server receive a message of client. Web proxies. Web applets and thin client and compute servers. Here is the summary we are talking in this whole presentation. First one is definition of distributed system and comparison to centralized system. Second is the characteristics of distributed system. Third one is the eight form of transparency. Fourth one is the basics design issues. Thank you so much.